Hello, wherever you are in the world. I'm going to go for about 45 minutes. I just did a one-on-one with an amazing girl, answered a lot of her questions, and hopefully she feels a lot better now. So that's what I've just been doing for the last hour and a half. And I'm going to break down perfectionism in this live stream and my journey a little bit. Hey, Troy, let's read out this comment. Went to church on Sunday, Adam. They was talking about the story of Peter in prison. The ladies singing were amazing. You could hear the passion in their lungs. Pastor said, "This is your home, Troy." Troy, that gives me chills, mate. Yeah, you've got to remember that rock music was originally for Christians. And then the devil came up with rock and roll, which is beyond satanic. I've watched many videos, shared many videos. I'll do one about it. Christian rock is incredible. When you go to the church and there's singers and performers lit with the Holy Spirit, preaching the word of God, it will give you far more chills than going to any music festival. If you're lit with the Holy Spirit and you can comprehend the message behind the songs. It's made me want to write one, to be honest. I've just got so much going on. It's finding the time to do so, but I will. Troy, that makes me really happy. And the story of Peter in prison is a fantastic story. We were learning about the story of Jonah. I'll do a separate live about that, but the story of Jonah is an incredible story as well. You watching the Leicester game? Okay. I would say enjoy, but I can't really say that and be serious. Hey, happy face, man. Much love to you. So all I'm going to do in this live stream, like I said, I can't go too long because I'm really hungry and I've yet to eat. So all I've done is wake up, work, and I'm still technically working now with this live stream. I need to go eat something. My enchiladas. Stomach's burning a little bit. So let me just break down the word perfect. All right, or the term perfection. Perfection, the condition, state, or quality of being free or as free as possible from all flaws or defects. Okay, it connects to completeness, flawlessness, supreme excellence. So a lot of us want to be perfect. We strive to be perfect. The only person who is perfect is God. The only perfect entity within this universe is God. So when you're constantly striving for perfection, there's positives to wanting to be your best self. It's healthy perfectionist behavior. But perfectionism is often defined as the need to be or appear to be perfect, or even to believe that it's possible to achieve perfection, which is zero flaws, which is impossible for man in a world of sin. So many people see perfectionism as a positive trait. I see it more as a flaw. But there is healthy perfectionism. There's high expectations, which for me is healthy. But then there's the negativity of people's ego, having them believe that they're the greatest and they're perfect when they're not. None of us are. None of us are. So what I want to get at is connect all of this to my website. Hey, Divine, much love. Hope you're having a good evening. It's early afternoon here. It's 12:57. I'm going to just break down my website and my journey with the website and the outrageous expectation levels that are put on me every single day for $10 that people pay me. And I just want grown adults to realize how naive it is to believe that you can pay $10 to access somebody's website and expect perfection day in, day out. It's beyond unrealistic, and it's not why I do what I do. My whole website is to reveal deception, to lead you to God, to show you we live in a coded reality, to increase your levels of knowledge and wisdom. I do it every single day. And it's worth every single penny. So I'm going to break down a few things for you here, which I shared last night. I don't listen to Bishop T.D. Jakes, but I'd be open-minded to listening to him. So I did this last night. When will people learn to acknowledge and respect what I reveal? And I mean it in the sense of God's guiding me on this. All glory to God. But I have days where I think, why don't people acknowledge this? Why don't they respect this? Why are they dismissing this? Why they're so desperate for me to be wrong and ignore the times when I'm right? Because guys, this is no rant. This is just talking about perfectionism. I don't want to be perfect. I've never wanted to be perfect. I think it would be absolutely horrific if you were perfect and everything you did, you was perfect. That would take away the purpose of life for me. I think you need setbacks. I think setbacks are important in your life. I think adversity is a beautiful thing, especially if you overcome it, which is your choice, in my opinion. So all this work that I've done for 3 years, I know more people are finding my work and sharing my work and telling me it's changed their life. I know this. I've just done a one-on-one with an amazing girl for an hour and a half. She told me about her journey, and I'm not going to get into it because it's her story, but I know the impact I'm having with this knowledge through the Holy Spirit. But this code is not about me. It's not about the illusion. It's not about Adam Edwards. It's the code of our lives, guys. And me being aware that I have a profound gift from God to reveal that is not my ego. That's just awareness. So I attached a variety of videos on my website for people to watch, not as an ego boost, because I don't need that. I want them to become better coders and identify patterns, because that's what it's all about. Identifying the code, identifying the patterns, knowing that man's not behind the code, that it's God. Has the devil infiltrated the code? Yes, but he's been given permission by God to do so. Everything the devil does, he needs God's permission. So I'm not in this, guys, to predict every single outcome of every game or every event. If I could do that, you wouldn't be paying me $10 a month to access that knowledge. You'd be paying me, I could charge you 50 grand a year if I got everything right. I wouldn't need to, I wouldn't need a website. I wouldn't have to have a website if I could predict every single outcome. I would just bet. But I can't predict every single outcome. So to attack somebody for getting it wrong every now and again, when this code is so complex, I've told you, it's almost like a badge of honor. Oh, Illusion got a pick wrong? He said that what? Right, I'm going to hammer him for that. Again, you wouldn't hammer somebody for getting things wrong if they were always wrong. You'd move on. So I want you to acknowledge and read every code that I post and then connect it to biblical scripture. I don't want you just approaching it as who's going to win. Or he said the war's going to get triggered in 2023 and it didn't. He doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. Or he said the Queen was going to die 520 at age 96. Not acknowledging the fact she died at 96 and her funeral was 520 days after her husband's. Oh, you said Arsenal all season. I didn't. And I'll go through that in this site, in this live stream. So I want you guys to embrace the knowledge and stop focusing so much on me. Hopefully, the less I focus on me, the less you'll focus on me and you'll appreciate the code. So Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat both becoming 11-3 in the playoffs after taking 3-0 leads in the conference finals is hugely immense because 113 is the 30th prime. The National Basketball Association equals 113. That's why there's 30 teams. Who's one of the best players in the league? Number 30, Steph Curry. All right. Coronavirus declared a global pandemic on 11-3, 113, the 30th prime. Corona equals 30. What people would want is for me to say at the beginning of the series. If you were that good, Illusion, because it ain't about me being good. Stop worrying about me. If you were so good and this was so blatant and so easy, it ain't blatant. It ain't easy. It's beyond complex. Why didn't you tell us at the beginning that this was going to happen? That the Heat and the Nuggets would both go up 11-3 in the playoffs and 3-0 in the conference? Because I'm just a man. I reveal it. Thankfully for me, I'm right 8 times out of 10. Is that perfect? No. It's not. It's not. Is it better than most? Yeah. Should I be comparing myself with other people? No. No, I shouldn't really. So for you guys watching now, and again, there's only 23 of you here. For you watching, or you guys who are going to be watching later, do you know how incredibly challenging and frustrating it is for me to be able to have people tell me I never called Man City for the league. I never called Haaland for the Golden Boot. I never called Argentina for the World Cup. And they tell me that, and they tell everyone that I never did. You know how hard that is for me to take? When I did exceptional pin posts about City winning the league before the season began, and Haaland Golden Boot, and Argentina to win the World Cup, about 10, 11 different posts. Man City's code was 9 months before. Argentina was 18 months before. What played out was as close as you can get to perfection, not perfect. But because I find codes for other teams that are amazing, which they are, like England or Arsenal, and the codes were sensational, and you learn from them, which is what it's all about. I want to share knowledge. I'm not cocky enough to think everything I say is going to happen. Most of the time it does, but it doesn't always happen. So what happens is I'll do things out of the goodness of my heart at times, which I'm going to take away now. My mate Abid told me this. I always try and help people cover to ensure they guarantee a profit financially. And I'm done with that now. So when I find phenomenal stuff for Arsenal, I'm like, if you took City and the Golden Boot for Haaland, that was like 6-1. So everything I've seen now for Arsenal, you've got to get on Arsenal, even money. That way you're guaranteed a very, very nice profit. I do the codes. I said with England, you need to cover on England. I've done videos, about England that they could win it. Could. Never once said Arsenal will win it. Never once said Man City will win it. Never once said Argentina will win it or England will. I don't use will. I don't use lock. I provide the most incredible numbers to you all. I've just done a video about why Man City received a guard of honor from Chelsea. Does that win anybody money? Yes, my community had Alvarez to score. Yes, I said City would win. Oh, you can win some money from that. But does me coding the guard of honor win anyone money? Should you not be blown away by the fact that in 2021, Chelsea beat Man City 1-0 in the Champions League final, a huge shock? Should it matter so much on who coded Chelsea and who coded Man City to win? Or should we all together be questioning, why did Chelsea win? With Tuchel, who then shortly gets fired, and then he goes to Bayern Munich and has a disaster. Where's the great coach from Chelsea gone? And why did he get fired shortly afterwards? If he's that good where he can guide an average Chelsea team to the Champions League final and beat the best team in the world. That was 1-0. That final was exactly 1 year and 51 weeks before Chelsea gave Man City a guard of honor. The guard of honor, that all connects to the royal family as well. Man City win the Premier League the season ends exactly 53 weeks after they last won it. Elizabeth coronated in 53. So then City, of course, they beat Chelsea 1-0. They get their revenge. Pep's getting all his revenge this season. He got his revenge against Tuchel by destroying Bayern Munich. Why did Bayern Munich get rid of their coach who was doing phenomenal, won 8 out of 8 in the Champions League, dominating? Why get rid of him? Because it was the code. You have to ask yourself, why did they bring in Tuchel, who got fired by Chelsea, to replace a guy who was dominating and doing incredible with Bayern? They're the questions you have to ask, not who's going to win this game. All right, Raheem Sterling, all his connections, he came through at Queen's Park Rangers. Man City won their first Premier League title by beating Queen's Park Rangers. He then goes to Liverpool. All right, all the codes I've done about Liverpool are off the charts. He goes to Man City, now he's at Chelsea. London Bridge is falling down, he's having a shocker. His last name's Sterling, connects to currency. His middle name's Shaquille, connects to Shaquille O'Neal. All right, the guy born on 3-6. Man City play Chelsea in the 36th game of the season for both teams. 6-6-6, the 36th try. Haaland's going to stay on 36 goals. I said before the season begins, he's probably going to end on 42 goals or 36 because the beast reigns for 42 months, which is 3 years and 6 months. He's going to end on 36. But people are going to say, like I've got the comment on Twitter, well, Haaland didn't get 42 goals. I also said he'll probably get 36 or 42. But you're not on my website. So, again, it gets ignored that I called Haaland to get the golden boot because of his beast riddle. Because he replaced Jesus at Man City. The beast replaced Jesus. And by the way, that Champions League final that Chelsea beat Man City was exactly 1 year and 51 weeks before the Guard of Honor, the 36 prime number. So it goes dismissed that I had Haaland plus 450. I've got to say the odds with this, but it goes dismissed. And all the incredible code. It goes dismissed that I had Man City at the beginning, which I said if Man City win the league, it means Argentina will get the World Cup. It happened. I had Napoli, 5th favourites for Serie A, connected to Argentina winning the World Cup. Before Argentina won it, before the Queen's death, it happened. I had Barcelona to win it before the World Cup, before the Queen's death. It happened. But I've got stuff wrong along the way. I like Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. I did. I thought they were going to get the 7th Champions League. They didn't, though, did they? They got beat by Man City, who were probably going to get it. And I've shown you why. Every passing game week in the Champions League or the Premier League, I show you why things happened. More often than not, I've said it's going to happen before it does, but not all the time. My role is not to be a prophet for $10 a month, for $2.50 a week. That can't get me anything in this system right now, $2.50. A chocolate bar? Yeah, let's still go down. Nobody will question it. Let's still go down 7 years because it's a huge number after they won the league. But it don't mean every 7 riddle is going to hit. But I'm fully aware of the significance of the number 7. Especially with God. The reason, guys, rested on the 7th day. Lionel Messi, the false messiah, scored 7 World Cup goals in 7 World Cup games, and he won the World Cup 7 days before Christmas Day, which is not Jesus' birthday, because it's never mentioned in the Bible, Jesus' birthday. It's blasphemy. Lakers finishing 7th seed. Oh, that means they're going to win the NBA. No, it doesn't. Nearly all year, 99% of the year. And I can show you all these videos because that's what I've done on my website. I put them all up for you all to see because people easily forget. 99% of the season, I said Lakers and Boston are not winning the NBA. They're both going to stay on 17 championships each, 17-17. Revelation 17-17. All right? It's all about how God is going to hand over the kingdom to the beast. Revelation 17-17, Lakers on 17 NBA Finals, Boston on 17. Said it 99% of the year. Said it at the beginning. All right. Have I found stuff since saying, here's Lakers' numbers to potentially win it? Here's Boston's? Yeah, because you have to reveal the code. So if I do it afterwards, it's irrelevant to people. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. All right. And I said, 99% of the year, LeBron staying on 4-6, Brady retired 46 days after the Pope's birthday. All right, JFK is connected to the NBA every game. He died at age 46. 460s is 66.6%. Biden's the 46th president of the US. All right, Brady drafted 199th pick, 46 prime. The Queen's funeral, 99, 46 prime. Said it all season. And then all this stuff, I get bombarded with people on Instagram who can't code, who bombard me every single day on Twitter, on emails. Lakers this, Lakers that. You should at least do a post for them. All right, let me look into them for you to shut you all up. All right, here we go. All right, if Lakers win, that's why they're winning it. I've never once said Lakers will win the NBA. Never once said it. I've given you incredible finds about Denver. Never said they will win it. I've done a remarkable post about Miami Heat. Never said they will win it. I don't use that word will with coding. So that's what I'm getting at. All this nonsense. Again, Lakers, they've won the NBA 17 times, the 7th prime. They finished 7th seed. It makes sense for them to stay on 17. Will they lose today? The code says they lose today. The code says that Lakers lose and get swept. That's what the code tells me. Does it mean it's going to happen? No. Could LA beat them by 23 points? Yeah. Does that mean I can't code? No. Can I tell you that Carmelo Anthony retired today? A span of exactly 13 months and 18 days after his last game. Do you want to know that? Because that's what you need to know. Carmelo Anthony, one of the most feminine-looking basketball players you'll ever see. Feminine energy. Google Carmelo Anthony. Revelation 13:18. Here is wisdom. Let him that understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 6 sons of 66. So this 13:18 benefits Denver. However, what's 13 plus 18? It's 31. Could the series go 3-1, the 11th prime? Of course it could. Are Lakers favourites to take game 4? Yes, they are. Do I think they're going to win? No, I don't. Am I going to be upset if they win? No, I won't care. I just won't care. I'll reveal exactly why they won or why they lost. And more often than not, I'll tell you before. Will they allow Jokic, his nickname's the Joker, is he going to make the NBA Finals today on Djokovic's birthday, whose nickname's Joker, and they're both from Serbia? Could that happen? Is it too blatant? Again, how many people in the world even can connect that Jokic is called the Joker and he can go to his first NBA Finals on Joker's birthday, his 36th birthday? Is it a trap? Who knows? Is it a remarkable find if it happens and it should be shown with the world? Yeah. If you want to consistently go through your whole life trying to be perfect or expecting others to be perfect and getting such great pleasure in other people's failures, you ain't going to personally grow. Perfectionism is a disease, and expecting others to be perfect is a disease. It's a mental disorder, just like OCD. So again, for $10, what do you get from me? Sacred knowledge, phenomenal hit rate in sports, respond to every comment, I guide you, I spread positivity, I share crazy videos, I make my own crazy videos, and I get what, $10 a month from X amount of people. And I get judged by others who are doing nothing, who are revealing nothing. That's why I said recently in the chat, when people come in and say, Inter are going to win. Why? Lakers are going to come back and win 4 in a row. Why? Because they are. I lose patience now for those people, guys. So this is what can frustrate me. Again, it's human nature, frustration. Obviously, the more you connect with God, I think it helps with that and you become more compassionate. But again, frustration is a part of everyday life. So listen to this. My old France code and England code, where I said Harry Kane would score, and he did, which went dismissed because I thought England had a good chance for the World Cup, but they did have a good chance, and Argentina won it. Was about 42. And this is what people don't get. They think it's about me. The England code was all about 42 against France. And I said it had finished 2-1, and I said Kane would score. I said back 2-1 the team. I think probably England, and Kane's going to score. And it's what happened. So the Queen died on 9-8. France's goal scorers were 9 and 8. The winning goal was scored by Giroud, number 9. He outjumped number 6, Maguire. Queen died 9-8, age 96. Because it's not man code in it. Olivier Giroud scored the winning goal that knocked out England exactly 42 weeks before his birthday. So I've gone on a live stream straight after, right? Because it's the person I am. I've done codes. I did some videos saying England could win the World Cup. Many, many more in Argentina. A lot sooner. Many, 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 many more. And I did some videos. England have a great shot. Harry Kane's riddle's good. The Queen's death. Looking back, the Queen dying and England winning the World Cup in the same year was a bit ridiculous. All right. But again, remember, for about 2 years, I was obsessed with the Queen. All my codes was about Queen numbers. They were all hitting. I predicted a death. I got a remarkable book. If you want to buy it off me, it's literally only $10. Better than any book you'll find in a library. I've got loads of acknowledgements that back that up. You should want to purchase that. So I go live after the France-England game. Remember in that World Cup, I basically got about 85% correct from start to finish. And I got the winner at 11-1. Even though I said there was stuff for England and Brazil, I did. Don't deny it. Never have. I said to bet on one of those 3 teams, guaranteed a profit. Argentina, win it, way bigger one. I'm never like going all in on one team. I think it's silly. And France knock out England. Straight after it, I go live. I let people know the 42 with Giroud. What? You're covering yourself. There were no covering myself. Zero covering myself. It's like I'm going to expose Giroud. I'm going to expose this World Cup again. It wasn't about me. There's no covering. If I wanted to hide, I wouldn't have done a live. I would not have done a live. So if you've been with me from the beginning, 18 months before, on my Patreon, Argentina. If you watch my Net Void live stream a year and a half ago, Argentina. If you go on my website, Argentina. If you watch my Aguero video, did Aguero sacrifice his career at age 33 for Argentina to get to the World Cup final? Yeah, he did. Aguero supposedly had a cardiac arrest or a heart condition problem at age 33. He played his last ever game on Diego Maradona's 61st birthday, 18th prime. Argentina win the World Cup in their 18th appearance. Diego Maradona, his daughter married Aguero. Aguero played his last club game for Barcelona where Messi and Maradona played. So I did a whole video about 33 in Argentina and how it's a great sign for them to win the World Cup. It's on YouTube. And then the World Cup final finishes 3-3. I should be heralded. I don't want to be, but I should be heralded. Millions of people should watch that video and say, this guy talked about Aguero and 33 and Argentina winning the World Cup a year and a half before they did. And the final was 3-3. And then what do? I'm like, wait, Napoli, their stadium's named after Diego Maradona. Let me look into Napoli. What? They haven't won the league in 33 years. Oh my goodness, let me keep looking. All right, boom, there you go, guys. Napoli are winning Serie A, the 5th favourites. Why? Because they're going to win it for the first time in 33 years. What happened? They won it in the 33rd league game. Should be heralded. Wow, oh my goodness. This guy, how's he doing this? But he said Arsenal for dinner. He said Arsenal for 5 weeks of the season. Never said they were going to win it. I provided the code for the possibility of them winning it. Shall we ignore that I said Liverpool were going to win the FA Cup final 33 years after Hillsborough disaster? They did. And it ain't about, well, Liverpool, they were one of the best teams. Of course, they're in for a shout of winning it. That's not what you should be looking at. This year, Liverpool were 12-8-9 in the Premier League. 12-8-9. I said they were going to win 7 in a row to go 19-8-9, the year of the Hillsborough disaster. They won 7 in a row. And then they just dropped to 19-9-9, which is the year Man United won the treble. I think Man City won the treble. Did I say City for the treble at the beginning of the season? No. But I said they'd win the league before the season began in August. I said Haaland Golden Boot, and I said City have a great chance to get into the Champions League final. All the 31s, it's the 31st Champions League season, the 31st Premier League season. All the 31s, Guardiola won the Champions League against Man United. His last Champions League win, they won 3-1. Premier League season ends with exactly 31 weeks left in the year. Man City's first choice goalkeeper's Ederson. He wears number 31. 31's the 11th prime. If Man City win the Champions League, they'll become 1-1 in Champions League finals. I said it all. It was all there at the beginning. And I still get people saying, you said Arsenal, you never said City, you never said Argentina, you were all in on England. No, maybe you were. Maybe you went all in on England because you watched a live stream or you read a code of mine and you went all in. I was never all in on England. Never all in. Like I was never all in on Argentina. I just revealed the remarkable finds, guys. So all of that goes under the radar. It just goes under the radar. So again, last season, I'll say some good stuff about what I've predicted and stuff I've got wrong because it's part and parcel of it. How is it ignored with biblical scripture? Because maybe that's why it's ignored, because people don't comprehend it. I should just be able to sit here and tell you all. Last year, I did have Argentina to win the World Cup. I did. Coded them. Somebody won 27 grand. They sent me a massive tip. Loads of people won off them. So I had Argentina. I coded Argentina to win it. I did. I said the NBA Finals would be 4-2 to the Warriors. And Steph would go 4-2 in NBA Finals, and it would be closed out on 6-1-6, the alternate number of the beast. Said that 6.5 months before they did. I said Steph would get the MVP in the All-Star game, 9-1, and in the NBA Finals he did. All right. All correct. I had Brady to win the Super Bowl 2021 against the Chiefs before the season began. Incredible odds because I won thousands from that, from betting the Bucks every playoff series when they were the underdog in every one but one. I had the Chiefs, rode them all the way to the final, said they were going to lose in the final. What did I do in the final? I placed a small bet on the Chiefs just in case because I'm not dumb and I'm not greedy. NHL 2022 Stanley Cup final. I said the Avs would beat the Lightning 4-2 before the series began. Huge odds. Plus 600 happened. World Series, I said one of them. I didn't know who. I said the Phillies or the Astros are winning this 4-2. Cover them both. You could have got 3-1 on either team to win that series 4-2. So in 2022, 20 plus 22 is 42. The beast reigns for 42 months. What happened in 2022, which I revealed, other than I didn't say the scoreline in the World Cup, but Warriors win the NBA Finals 4-2. Colorado Avalanche win the Stanley Cup Finals 4-2. Houston Astros, on the year anniversary of the Astro World disaster, win the World Series 4-2. Argentina win the World Cup Final 4-2 on penalties. I was talking about 42 for 2 years. Talked about how the first World Cup the first World Cup was played in 1930, the final 4-2. Uruguay beat Argentina. Both have suns in their logo. Told you England's only World Cup win was in 1966, the year the Church of Satan was founded. They won that final 4-2 against Germany. 2022 was 56 years after the Church of Satan was founded. England's women won the Euros 56 years after. The women won it. All right? They beat Germany in the final. Goes unnoticed. Women's football, nobody cares. Watch the code on that. Mbappe gets the golden boot at the World Cup. He scored 56 goals in 56 games in 2022 and became the first player in 56 years to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. France knocked out England. So I say all of this. I get the numbers, and I'm right nearly every time, but I get the numbers. I'm connected to the code. Super Bowl 57 this year, 57 days after the Pope's birthday. Guardiola's now 5-7 in Premier League titles, like I said he would be the year of the Super Bowl 57 before the season began. Kobe retired 5 out of 7 NBA finals. He won 5 out of 7. Argentina's coach won the World Cup final in his 57th game. 5 times 7 is 35. Messi won the World Cup at age 35. LeBron's 56-point game last year was on March the 5th, 3-5. Christmas Day is celebrated on 12/25, which is 35 times 35, which is Nimrod's birthday. Catholic gets you 35. JFK was the first openly Catholic president. He was the 35th president. Eagles lost the Super Bowl 57 with 35 points. So I do all of this to show you we live in a coded reality. Nearly every time I'm right. Yeah, I'll still be. You said that. You can't. Like the Eagles-Chiefs game. See all the stuff I put for the Chiefs. And also for the Eagles. And then decide who you want. And see how nearly every number that I put in the code for both of them hit within the Super Bowl. See how there was 73 points, which was a huge part of my code. And why I predicted Brady would go 7-3 in Super Bowls in 2021. 21st year, the 21st century, 73, the 21st prime. He retired on 2-1, which again, I said 18 months before. People should be going, wait, this guy, this illusion guy, through the Holy Spirit, predicted Tom Brady's retirement day 18 months before. And he even called Super Bowl 55. And he said that they would beat the Chiefs. Queen Elizabeth, married 73 years, got married at age 21. Shall we ignore Steph Curry? Became 4-2 in NBA Finals on 616, the alternate number of the beast, and they got knocked out of this year's NBA playoffs by the Lakers, connected to the Laker fire, 4-2, and he has 666 career wins. Shall we ignore Pope Francis was born on Saturnalia on 12/17, the 199th prime, and Tom Brady was 199th pick, and he retired with 7 rings like Saturn. People should be spreading my work every single day and not worrying too much about, does he get everything right though? If I pay $10, is he going to tell me every outcome? Are you kidding me? Delusional. People try and call me the delusion. Are you kidding me? I bring more clarity to this world than practically anyone. That we live in a coded reality. The delusion, what? The delusion, no, what the delusion is people are saying LeBron's going to come back at 38. LeBron James, guys, became the all-time leading point scorer at age 38 on the 38th day of the year after scoring 38 points. I coded before he was going to score 38. The game before, I predicted how many points he was going to get. I said he was going to get 27 because 2-7's the 38th day of the year. And Brady won his last Super Bowl on 2-7 on the 38th day of the year. And then LeBron overtook him and LeBron James became the all-time leading point scorer exactly 24 months after Brady won his last Super Bowl. 24 is Kobe's jersey number. Did you know Heath Ledger, the Joker, died exactly 24 months after Kobe's 666 game? And who have we got? Jokic, the Joker, dominating, best player in the league since Kobe's death. I called him back-to-back MVPs. Enormous odds. I think it was 40-1 the first year that I called it. It was the 41st pick, guys. How old was Kobe when he was dead? 41. How can the 41st pick be the best player in the league? How can Tom Brady be 199th pick and win 7 Super Bowls and be drafted the 6th round? How? If it's not the code. Oh, he did satanic rituals to get there. A load of them do. Why Brady? Did he do more? Was he willing to just do more than everyone else? So he gets to 10 Super Bowls. Again, I said Brady at 10 Super Bowls, LeBron will stay in 10 NBA Finals. Everyone raving on about him, the Zach Hubbards of this world. I did one code. on my website for Lakers with their numbers because I would have kicked myself. Because all season I've been like, Lakers, there's no way, there's not a chance they win it. And that would have been a real egg on the face moment if they would have taken it. I had to show. But again, are we going to have a 38-year-old with a 7th seed win the NBA Finals by knocking out the 1st seed? Is it going to happen? And then again, hundreds bombard me. Yeah, it will happen. There's so many obvious riddles. This is King James. This is the year of the king. It's like, people, my original stuff is nearly always right. Man City are winning the Premier League next season. They're winning it. Nobody will talk me out of it. I don't care what code somebody's going to send me for Arsenal now, or Man United, or Chelsea, or maybe Newcastle. Man City are winning league next year, and I don't need to go deep on it. They're going to go 6-8 with Pep. All world wars began on 68 denouement du pure. He coached in Germany and England behind World War I and World War II. All right, he's going to go 6-8. Russia invaded the Ukraine on 68 denouement du pure on 2-2-4. All right, exactly 24 months after Kobe and Gianna's memorial. 2-2-4. Chelsea give Man City their guard of honor on a day leaving 2-2-4 days left in the year. Next year's 2024. All right, hence City are going to win it again. I don't care what any of you give me or whatever code you have for this coach or that player, City are winning it. And I'll stick to my convictions because I'm pretty much right every time when I do that. And you all know that. Do you not think I sometimes get wound up with myself? Like, why did I even bother looking at England? My Argentina code was exceptional. It turned out to be perfect. Of course I have moments. But along the way, when I've coded England or coded Arsenal or coded these other clubs, it's allowed me to grow. It's revealed more. The code gets revealed more the more that you expose it. All right? You guys should be questioning how were Arsenal so dominant and then couldn't play anymore? What happened? Did Arteta's coaching not pay off any longer? Did teams figure them out? How come they don't figure City out? What happened? Why did they just start missing? Missing easy chances, missing penalties. What happened? Did they lose it mentally? Professional athletes getting paid scandalous monies. They lose it mentally. Well, did Leicester City lose it mentally when they won the league in 2016? What happened to them a few years after? Why did Ranieri get fired after 81 games with Leicester? Is it because Leicester won the league with 81 points? And Kobe's highest scoring game was 81 points? And ritual equals 81? And the Lakers won the NBA Finals the year Kobe died with 81 days left in the year? Is it anything to do with that? Is it why we're probably going to have Miami Heat against Denver, the 8th seed against the 1st seed for your 81? Is it to do with Kobe dying in a helicopter crash like Leicester's owner? So how can Ranieri win the league with Leicester with the most mediocre squad you'll see and then leave after 81 games? Why couldn't he repeat it? Why couldn't he repeat it? Because he won because of the code. I did a post on Instagram about this Muppet on Talk Sport saying Sir Alex Ferguson is better than Guardiola. Guardiola always inherits squads that are successful, that are winners. Yes, he makes them better. But Ferguson came in when Man United were 11th in the league. He won the Champions League with Aberdeen against Real Madrid. How did Fergie do it? How did he do it? The code. He didn't do shit. The code. So Man United can't win any league titles since he leaves. What, because of one Scottish guy was so good at coaching? And why did he stop? Because he had to retire the day that he did. His last ever game was against West Brom. Finishes 5-5. What, Ferguson, who was in the news for having a brain hemorrhage on May the 5th, 5-5. Satan's 55. Red Devils is 55. Again, how many 1-0s for Ten Hag? Beginning of the season. Hey, guys, look out for Man United's Ten Hag to get a lot of 1-0 wins this year. He's got 9 in the league. In 36 games. 25% of Man United's wins have come from 1-0. Of their, not of their wins, of their outcomes. 1 out of 4 games has been 1-0. I told you to look out for it, Ten Hag. I told you he'd sign for Man United 40-1 when I said it. Again, don't have to. Soon it'll be a point where I don't have to tell you the odds. I'll just say, hey, a year and a half before I said Ten Hag would go to Man United when he was at Ajax. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not ready for that job. He's not ready for it. It don't matter if he's ready for it. It's not about how good they are at coaching. That's why a coach can go from one team and be incredible, get fired, go to the next team and be dog shit. All right? That's why. Because of the code. At that level. And there are the people at that level. They're in black magic. They're into Satanism. They are. It's not just random, these people getting chosen. These bloodlines. It ain't all random. They aren't innocent in all of this. At that level, they're not. Or maybe they are. Who knows? I doubt it. So my point is this, guys. I've revealed just so much. It's scary what I've revealed. And I'm still getting called out for stuff. Like, again, the main stuff I get called out for is you never said Argentina, you said Arsenal for the league. I'm getting called out for that. When I did say those things for those teams. But again, it ain't about me. If you start getting... Why did Napoli have a player who's number 99? Why do they have a player who's number 77? Why aren't you asking these questions? Did we ever have 99s and 77s before? And 66? Why is Trent 66? Why is he not number 2? Why is he 66? Just logical questions. Why? Watch my video about Piqué's retirement. I said this is going to mean Barcelona win the league, and his retirement is for Messi, and it was. Watch my video, Golden State Warriors to win the NBA, question mark. Yes, question mark. Not Golden State Warriors will. And that was when there was 9-1. Did they win it? Yeah. Avs win the NHL. And before the Stanley Cup final, I said they would win 4-2. Watch that video. And watch how big number 96 was for them. The age the Queen died. Watch my Astro World video where the Astros won 4-2 1 year after the Astro World tragedy. So somebody said, how am I supposed to take your picks seriously when you're now posting a code for Miami? At the beginning of the season, I thought the Warriors were going to play the 76ers in the NBA Finals. I thought it'd connect to war and revelation, and the code did. They both went pretty far. They didn't win it. So they've gone. We'll ignore that I called the Warriors and everything possible last year in the NBA. Bang on. But at the beginning of the season, there's 30 teams in the NBA. At the beginning of the season, people are like, who have you got for the NBA? I was like, okay, for me, from what I see and from the code, it's going to be Warriors against 76ers. 76ers take on Boston. They go 3-2 up. What did I tell all my website from the code? Boston win this. They'll win game 6 and 7. Get on them. Plus 150, they're winning it. When the Warriors were 2-0 down to the Kings, told you all, get on the Warriors. Plus 1, all those stuff that go on that people on the website don't know because it's daily this. But there'll be someone who comes onto my live stream and goes, you're a prick. You said 76ers NBA and now you're saying Miami. Well, no, I never said 76ers NBA. I said they get to the final. They didn't. But now you're saying Miami. No, that's not. I'm not saying Miami. I ain't saying Miami. You can't read, guys. You can't read, a lot of you. Or you read what you want to read. If I put Miami code to win the NBA Finals, it ain't me saying I believe wholeheartedly Miami will win the NBA. This is their potential code to win it. And if you read the Miami code, it is unbelievable. And I hope they win it. And I'll show you why. But it won't be to say I called Miami at this price anymore. It'll be that's why they freaking won it. That's why an 8th seed just won it. That's why they beat Boston. That's why they beat Denver. 2 of the best teams in that. That's why. Not because of the coach. If the coach was so good, they wouldn't have finished 8th in the conference, would they? If the players are so good, they wouldn't have finished 8th in the conference, would they? But this is why they finished 8th. This is why they beat the first seed. This is why Djokovic is going to win the French Open. This is why Joker's in the NBA Finals. This is why he's the 41st pick. That's what I do. I show you why. Do I tell you what's going to happen before? Most of the time, yeah. Do I give a shit now about that and being wrong? No, because the code ain't about me. It's about revealing it. God's shown me that. So how do you get to my level of coding? Most never will. That's the reality. If you're willing to give your life to the code for 3 years and give up your marriage and your job and pretty much all your wealth and your friends and your belief system, and you're willing to work 10, 12, 14 hours a day on coding your reality, on trying to find the truth, then you ain't ever going to ever get close to my level of coding, and you ain't, but you can learn from me. And that's the reality. If you're willing to give up everything I've done and give your life to the code, even then you might not get it the way I do. There has to be some sort of level of intelligence to it as well. And the gift from God to identify patterns and numbers. Because you could have the worst footballer in the world. He could train 14 hours a day. It still won't be better than a talented footballer. It just make himself better. So it ain't always about how long you do something. You've got to have a variety of things. I've sacrificed my worldviews, my house, my job, all right, livelihood, friends, family members at times in regards to them not wanting to speak to me, and completely gave myself to the code. And then I reveal it to you all practically for free. All of you in the chat, I know some of you on my website, do this for free. And I still get people piping up on me. I'm revealing the code of our reality. Who else is doing that every day? And speaking the word of God. Who? So anyways, yeah, people do pay hundreds of dollars to watch people like Harry Maguire. They spend hundreds of dollars on jerseys. They'll go spend 10 quid on a pint at Old Trafford and refuse to support my website because it's too much money, $10. But they'll buy a pint. They'll buy a Big Mac meal. That's what I say. And I don't do it out of mocking people, but they will. They'll spend $10 on a Big Mac meal and say, why would I pay $10 for this guy? It's not right that he's making money off this knowledge. What are you talking about? Give my heart and soul to this. How many people on the planet have this level of knowledge right now? Tell me if you have any friends or family close to it. You don't. That's why you watch me. I still have people come at me for whatever that I've done and whatever I've said. And they make shit up about me as well. So again, I'm coding our reality at the highest level. I am. Fact. I charge people $10 a month for it, for wisdom and knowledge. Fact. I have an amazing hit rate for you gamblers out there. Fact. And people still want more from me. And that's greed. Fact. I have a measly 10,000 subs on YouTube. Nothing for what I do. All right? That's the algorithm. No, it's not. Maybe your work's just not as good as you think it is. No, I know how good my work is. It's the algorithm. Fact. All right? I charge $10 a month. I charge $2.50 a week. What's that? 35 cents a day? I'm going to cancel my membership with him because he got a pick wrong. Really? Is that why you're on my website? Then leave. Never, ever come back. So again, only God's perfect. I ain't perfect. And mocking my work is truly naive and it's completely disrespectful. If you go back and watch my first video to this one, attempt to mock it. And the ones mocking my work are those who are lacking knowledge, lacking wisdom. They're fools. The Bible warns us of those fools who refuse to accept wisdom. They're fools. They're in denial. And they want me to be wrong. So anytime I slightly get something wrong, or I say something on a live stream that's not perfect, they've got that on me, and they might even make a video about me. That's why I have a little bit of sympathy for Zach. It's called more than most people have ever called. All right? Let's be honest with Zach here. We can go off his recent history and the person he's become and his ego and how he's godless and he speaks blasphemy and he's better than everybody in his head. We can talk about that. It's very easy to focus on that. Zach Hubbard's called more than most people have ever called in their life with major events. It gets dismissed. So then there's people on YouTube making videos about him every day, calling him out for being wrong. And the people making those videos, what are they doing? What are they revealing? Yes, they might reveal that Zach's lies. All right, he's a deceiver. This, that, and the other. All right, you can ruin him as a person for sure. But what are you actually doing by doing that? Yeah, you can help people see through the deception of it and maybe not support him. For sure, I get that and I support that in many ways. But what are you actually doing? And there's a load of people that do it. They go online, they leave comments on my videos. You're a fraud. How am I? In what way am I a fraud? Like what? You said that and it didn't happen. That again, that don't make me a fraud. Making a prediction and being wrong, predicting the weather and getting it wrong doesn't make you a fraud. Predicting a team's going to win a game and it doesn't happen doesn't make you a fraud. What would make me a fraud if I went live and I said to you all, guys, my name's The Illusion. I guarantee I'll make you rich. I never get a pick wrong. I will post 3 games a day, every day of the month, and I promise you on my life that I won't get a pick wrong. Support me and I'll show you that. And then boom, you sign up, I get picks wrong. That makes me a fraud. That makes me a deceiver, a liar, and a fraud. Me saying to you, hey guys, if you want to support my website, it's full of knowledge and wisdom. My hit rate's exceptional, but I don't want you there if you just want to be there for gambling. That makes me real. That makes me honest because that's who I am and that's why most of you like me. I don't bullshit. You might say, well, you don't focus on the picks you get wrong. I ain't really going to go live and say, hey guys, I'm here today to tell you I got it wrong. But if I am wrong, I'll tell you why. If I feel it's right, hey guys, I said that, this team won, here's why I think they won. But I ain't going to come saying, hey guys, my bad, I'm so sorry, I got it wrong. No, I ain't going to ask for forgiveness for putting out amazing codes that don't always hit. You wouldn't have taken my pick if you didn't love the code, would you? Simple as that. You wouldn't have taken the code if you didn't appreciate the code. So I don't come here and beg for forgiveness to man who pay me 35 cents a day. Just go watch my videos. Go on my website. Go from the first post that I did on my website to the most recent one and look what I've shown you. Not just predicted, what I've shown you. How many websites do I have on my website? How many members? 500 and something. And it'll be so easy for people to say, oh my goodness, he's wait, $500, $10. Oh my, what? He's making that much money off a website? It ain't a lot, guys, for what I'm doing. Might be a lot to you. And to judge somebody off making money from it, same shit with Hubbard. Nobody's making you sign up and you can cancel whenever you want. If you sign up to somebody and remain with them and then bitch about them, why are you with them? Why do you keep paying them every month? Why do you keep supporting them and bitching about them? Doesn't that make you a little bit dumb? Why would you support somebody you don't like? So you're clearly fascinated by the work. Or you won't bother investing in them. Just like watching the live streams of these people like me. You won't be investing in me if you didn't appreciate what I was doing. You won't be there. So I'm off. Again, gone live for an hour, 31 in the live, 23 likes. I'll probably start just doing YouTube once a week soon. I'll go once a week, or like today, the girl who called me, I spoke to her an hour and a half. She offered a payment. She paid me. We had this amazing call. I think I've changed her life from what she was saying. I might just do that. I'm not going to be doing YouTube every day soon. So that's it for 32 people watching, 23 likes. It's not worth my time anymore to be doing it every day. Got other stuff to be doing. So if you ever do want to talk to me, you can set up a one-on-one with me. You can go on my website. I ain't doing this every day. It's strenuous on my back. It's strenuous on my head. Most of you just take me for granted, and you do. That's why I keep saying, if I ever was to stop doing it, you're going to know what I'm doing every day and how hard I work. I'm telling you. You're going to go, oh my goodness, I miss him. He revealed so much, and he did it every freaking day. So YouTube, it ain't going to be an everyday thing going forwards. I'm going to have a little prayer to God. I do it 7 days a week. I don't make any money from it. I don't get any super chats or anything. Not that it's about money, but it's still a bit like I'm just wearing myself out, making myself sick. I have a huge ulcer here, still doing this and talking, even though it hurts me. And again, it's often, and I love and respect you all, but it's the same 7 or 8 people in the chat, which I've got nothing but love and respect, and I appreciate you all, but it's the same 6, 7, 8 people. It just becomes a little bit like, I want a bit more than this. I'm giving too much away, giving too much of me to everybody else. So I'm off. God bless you all. No, I wasn't nervous making my first YouTube video. Wasn't nervous. I had no real knowledge of technology and how to go about doing it. I figured it out. My first video was about Kobe Bryant. Of course it was, because it was meant to be perfect. But I wasn't nervous. I've never been a nervous person. I've always been full of confidence since I was a child, and I'm grateful for that. I'd much rather be overconfident than lack confidence. And again, those who lack confidence always have a go at those who have it. Have you noticed that? Those low on confidence, who don't have belief in themselves, they shit on people who do. Such a cocky prick. Oh, he's overconfident. Oh, he's so arrogant. No, you have no self-belief. Stop bitching at them and focus on you. Hey, Joseph, much love, baby. Gambling sports picks is stressful, yep. Yeah, it is. You win, it's stressful. You lose, it's stressful, correct? You win in gambling, it's stressful, especially if you watch it. If you lose, it's even more stressful because you're getting a financial hit. But the whole aspect of gambling is to take your energy. The devil don't give a shit if you win some money every now and again. As long as he's got your energy, your divine energy, he don't give a shit if you win $150 and then go blow it on the strippers or go put it on another bet and lose. He don't care. He knows how the human psyche works, that nearly everyone who gambles loses because they're greedy and they're not very smart. The reason I won was because I wasn't greedy and I was smart. Most people in the world are greedy and they're not very smart, so they lose. That's the reality. Ain't me being cocky or arrogant. It's facts, and I spit them every day, don't I? Adam, how much does it cost to live in Mexico? Again, what a silly question, Noel. Noel, am I supposed to take that question seriously? How much does it cost to live in Mexico? Number one, there's different states in Mexico, different prices, different socioeconomic status. And what do you mean by live? Survive? Live in a house, live in an apartment? All right? Live on the streets? What do you mean? How much does it cost to live in Mexico monthly? You've got to think about the way you ask questions. And why do you care? What's that got to do with anything? It's irrelevant. So it depends on people's lifestyles, how much they spend. We don't need much. I'll tell you this, wherever you are in the world, you don't need much. You need water, food, shelter, love. Everything else is a bonus. Faith. Everything else is a bonus. How much money is it to live in Mexico for a month? What? What you on about, lad? All right. Obsession with money. What's that got to do with anything? Why are you asking me? Because you want to live in Mexico? Okay, again, it depends what house, brother, and how much you eat. And if you want to go out for dinner, if you want an ocean view, if you want to book 1-bedroom apartment, if you want to raise a family. I can't give you a number, lad. Come on. Right, anyways. Off I go. I need to go eat. It's almost 2 o'clock. I've not ate anything. He wants to meet Super Mario and Luigi. Hey, Mario. Again. Jesuit puppets. Mario and Luigi. I'm joking. But yeah, I'm off for some enchiladas and orange juice. I've got to teach English later. Screwed my elbow as well. I don't know how I've done it. It's pissing me off. I don't know how I've screwed my elbow. If I've slept on it or what. But yeah. Perfectionism. We're not perfect. Don't claim to be perfect. Don't expect people to be perfect. Don't expect your relationship to be perfect. Don't expect your job to be perfect. All right? It ain't going to happen. Ever since Adam and Eve gave into temptation, there's no such thing as perfect within this earth. The only thing that's perfect is God. The world was created perfect. And then, again, as soon as they gave into temptation, that changed. So, yeah, stop with this expectation. In a relationship, I want the sex to be perfect. I want him to look perfect. I want him to always say beautiful things to me, or she. All right? I want the perfect house. I want the perfect marriage. I want the perfect family. All right? Don't exist. And the more you strive for it, the more you're going to lose your mind and be disappointed. So if you're striving for perfectionism and you genuinely believe it's a real thing that you can achieve, you're going to forever be delusional. Again, if your whole life revolves around money and you're obsessed with money and your life's money, you're always going to be miserable because money is infinite, like numbers. It's endless. You're never going to have enough. All right? Give yourself to Jesus, guys. And all the other stuff, it just becomes so insignificant. Just becomes so insignificant. You deal with it, you accept it, you play the game of life. But again, striving to be perfect, coming to my website, wanting me to be perfect. It's a mental disorder that you have. Simple as that. No, I don't meditate. Cheers. Much love. God bless you all. Take care. God wins, guys.